I have a confession to make. So, one of the Buddhist things that I'm doing is I'm not stealing. And I used to have a big problem with that. I coveted things, I wanted things so much because I didn't have anything. I grew up really poor. And the poverty that I grew up in was chosen by my parents. It was a philosophical poverty. And that made it more agonizing for me as a child because I didn't understand why they would choose poverty, choose hunger, choose all the embarrassment the poverty caused me in my life, right? From like school age onwards, it was embarrassing. It it kept me away from opportunities. It kept me away from joining in. Um, it made me a pariah at school. I was bullied for my poverty. Why would they choose such a thing that hurts so much? It wasn't my choice. And so I stole. And it wasn't out of boredom, it was out of like for kicks, like some kids do. In fact, I only stole once. And I felt so bad. I stole an eraser from a stationery store, and it had the Hello Kitty sticker on its covering. Such an insignificant thing. And oh no, I stole more than that. Okay. So, and then before then, I had gotten involved with a gang of kids who were bad news in my poor neighborhood. And my parents were completely unaware, but I did, and I was like 7 or 8, so like I really wasn't responsible for myself. But I did participate in break and entering a companion, a friend's house that we knew they had gone away for the weekend, and we wrecked their place, and it was really serious. So I had that experience, and of course the police were involved, and I had been given the stolen jewelry to hold on to in my pillowcase, and my mother found it, and it was, she was embarrassed, everybody was embarrassed, I had to give it all back. Later on, those same girls came and stole my mother's jewelry that she had from her grandmother in France that was irreplaceable. There was just like, it was not good. All right. But this other time when I stole the eraser, I felt, and I was around the same age, I felt really bad for having it. I couldn't use it. And I snuck back to the store and snuck it back in this little thing. And I vowed to myself I was never going to steal again. And I was successful at that. Except it gets trickier as you grow up. Um, and you negotiate things like being paid for your labor. And I realized that I was constantly being stolen from, being in a low paid employment. Often your lunch hours are stolen, and your break times are stolen, and you're not remunerated for those things, or your meeting time is not remunerated, right? And it made me very angry. And I'm still angry about it. My best years of health were stolen in a way by my career, in low paid career, which then later on became regulated, and the pay was bumped up from minimum wage. But all my life, I've worked for very low wages, um, until I couldn't work anymore. Even when I was in university and doing teaching assistantships and doing other work in the university, students are poorly paid. for the work that they do. And I grew a ton of resentment against the institutions that were stealing my labor from me. And I felt a lot of pride in that I would never steal myself after I was 8 years old. I think I was 7 actually when that stuff was happening. So stealing, then in my young adulthood, I had to negotiate how fair was the monetary interactions between myself and my now ex-husband, and what qualifies as stealing, and who was stealing from who in terms of care given to the children and finances given to support that care, right? So it's a complex topic, and I have no answers. I just know that now, and for the last 24 years of my life with my life partner, I have given every dollar that I've earned to the family, and so has she, and that we don't spend each other's common pool of money. We don't keep anything separate. We pool everything together, and we don't spend each other's money. We don't spend from the family pool unless we've talked about it. Well, I mean, sometimes I'll spend $20 without talking about it first. That was a bit of a rage rule that I put down because I wanted to have some independence. But I don't care about it anymore. I don't care about it because I absolutely trust her with my everything. And she trusts me too. So by not stealing from each other and not nickel and diming each other, and by freely sharing everything that we had together, I think we've built up a trust that is rare. And I didn't know that was going to happen, but I'm so pleased and I'm very lucky. And I also have everything that I need. By not stealing, I reduced my craving for the things that I never had that I always wanted.